Hello, folks, and thank you for joining this special edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson, and I want to thank my sponsors real quickly before we get into this video. I want to thank MyPillow.com, where you can enter promo code Lumberjack and save up to 66%. I love the pillows, especially the travel pillow that I will be using while I am out elk hunting, and I love the towels as well. And I want to also thank Freedom Hill Coffee. And you can follow the link in the description below, or I will pin that comment as well. But freedomhillcoffee.com and enter promo code Lumberjack, or follow that link, and you will get some great coffee. All right. Thanks so much, folks, and I'll see you when I get back. Well, good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. This is another pre-recorded history lesson with Constitution Vet. This is going to be a fun one, absolutely a very inspiring one, if you will. And I'm still out chasing elk. So, and it's great. You know, I got to be frank. You probably have never, maybe I'll come back so jacked out of my mind, because the peace that comes from being in the mountains and watching the morning fog roll up in the valley with the sun rising as elk bugle. Oh, I just love it. But today you get to listen to Constitution Vet again with another history lesson going back to an American icon, Teddy Roosevelt. So without further ado, do remember in the description down below, if you want to subscribe to his channel, he puts up history lessons every 2 weeks. Here we go.
Thank you so much, Neil. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. We all have had those rough days. We've had those days where we are not 100%, where we just want to stay in bed. We may not feel that great. We may feel like failures. That's life. It happens. But one thing I like to do is look at historical people, see how they got through hard times. Look at their stories. The person today we'll be looking at is Teddy Roosevelt. With all of his flaws, this guy is still one of my personal heroes, because this guy endured immense tragedy, countless moments of heartbreak and failure, and yet he kept moving forward. With all the garbage going on right now in our world and in our nation, it's very easy to become depressed and disheartened.
Oh, yeah.
But take heart and know that you can keep moving forward. To give you some context, before we get into this video, Teddy Roosevelt, like I said, went through immense heartache and tragedy. But a lot of people don't know how bad it really was for him. Long before he became president, this guy lost his wife and his mother the same day. Both died of sickness. In his journal, there's that famous mark where he says, "The light has gone out of my life." And he had a big old X through it. Soon thereafter, he went west. He escaped into
Did you read Theodore Rex by chance? Did you read that book? Have you read Theodore Rex?
I have not read that book, no.
Well, it's a good book. I'll recommend it to you. Very good.
When he was out in the wilderness, I forgot how long he's out there for exactly, but he came back a completely new person. And from that moment on, he kept moving forward. You can find tons of awesome videos about this guy, learning about how crazy he was, how much of a man's man he was, all the funny and hilarious things that happened to him. But today we're focusing on a speech that he called The Man in the Arena. Let's get started.
The poorest way to face life is to face it with a sneer. There are many men who feel a kind of twisted pride and cynicism. There are many who confine themselves to criticism of the way others do what they themselves dare not even attempt. There is no more unhealthy being, no man less worthy of respect than he who either really holds or feigns to hold an attitude of sneering disbelief toward all that is great and lofty, whether in achievement or in that noble effort which, even if it fails, comes to second achievement. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
That speech always, gets me right in the feels, because I can't tell you how many times I've been this close to just quitting everything. I can't tell you how many times I've been that person in the arena. But here's a takeaway from it. Embrace that. Embrace the blood, the sweat, the tears. Embrace the suck. Embrace the people in the arena mocking you, laughing at you. Embrace that. Because at the end, it's not about them. It's about you. And it's about how you keep moving forward. So that even if you do fail, so what? You are living life boldly. There's countless other speeches I could draw upon, but the point is, Teddy Roosevelt had every right to quit. He could have easily said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to become Secretary of the Navy. I'm not going to go down to Cuba and fight with the Rough Riders. I'm not going to become president. I'm not going to get shot in the chest and keep making public speeches. True story. I'm not going to finish being president and go do a safari in Africa. He could have not done any of these things. But he did, because his mentality was keep moving forward. So today, your life, when you feel at your lowest, when you feel like you can't keep going forward, know that number one, you can. Embrace the suck, embrace this pain, and just crawl. Crawl 1 inch if you have to. Do whatever it takes. But that is what's going to get you through tough times like we're in right now. I encourage y'all, look at his story. Look at Teddy Roosevelt's life. And I think you'll be very interested in seeing what he went through and how he got through it.
Amen. Amen. No, nothing great in life was accomplished without adversity, folks. I mean, nothing. Don't be one of those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat. And don't be the cynic, as he said. I see so many cynics. I see cynics commenting on my channel. Cynics saying, hey, this isn't going to happen. And meh, meh, meh. Just knock it off, okay? Get a grip on reality. Embrace the suck, as it were, because some things do suck. It's like that interview I did with Colonel Waldron the other day. He said, I've never been accused of being a motivational speaker. I think so long as we know the odds we're up against and we have a realistic view on those, we can plan and be rational beings. Okay. So the problem is the people who drop off were too filled with hopium, thought it was all going to be resolved quickly. And then they can't continue on because, oh my gosh, things didn't get settled on their timeline. Well, whatever. Life doesn't work on your timeline, folks. I love y'all, but it doesn't work on your timeline. It works on God's timeline. Right. Never forget that he who threw the stars in the sky, that he who formed you from the very clay of the earth as the first man, that then proceeded to be, reproduced throughout time. That's whose timeline this is working on. Never forget that. I love you, folks. Remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe to Constitution Vets channel. Okay? We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Take care.